So today I want to quickly jump on something that is trending online and give our own opinion. That thing is it's related to football. Yeah, today we'll talk about football. So I want to pick, starting with football, I want to pick our all-time best XI in football. That is all-time starting level in football. So my name is Victor and this is Morex. So I'm going to give him the floor now to pick his own.
Okay, good day, everybody. I hope you're doing well everywhere you're listening to us, everywhere you're watching us. Okay, quickly, we know that football, it is a sport that unites people from different races, different background, different places, and it is one of the biggest sports.
Yes,
in
just
the
like
world.
the father of all sports.
Yeah, that is how football is. So let's start with the father before we go to probably the children. So if we are talking about what XI, we've seen different people, both professionals, both fans like we are, come out and give their opinion on who they think are the best starting 11 in football history. So recently we saw Piers Morgan come out and gave his own starting 11 and he did not include Messi. When they asked him, he said it's his opinion. That in his opinion, he thinks Messi is not even the best Argentine. So it was controversial, but it is his opinion. So we also want to give our own opinion, my own opinion on who I think are the best XI in football history with my reasons. Okay.
So the way we are going to do it, I'll be calling the positions.
Yes.
I'll be calling the players.
Yes.
So now we're going to start football. Start with the keeper. Who's your best all-time best keeper?
Okay, my all-time best keeper is Manuel Neuer.
Neuer.
Yes.
Okay.
Reason being that Manuel Neuer is a serial winner. He won with the country. He won the World Cup with Germany, defeating the arguably greatest of all time in making then, Lionel Messi's Argentina. Then also in the club side, he won the sextuple with Bayern Munich. He won so many Golden Gloves award in the league and also in Europe. And he gave us a new form of goalkeeping, which is the sweeper goalkeeping that everybody is now practicing now. Keeper that comes out to play ball with the team. So before we know the keeper staying in your post, try to save game, but Manuel really changed the dynamic of goalkeeping to let us know that even goalkeeper can play, goalkeeper can give assists. You understand? So he really changed that dynamic, and it is what is trending today because of that impact. That he changed something about his position, and it's really happening. I think he's the greatest.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go to the next position. Left back.
Okay, the left back position, I think if you bring like 100 of football fans, they'll pick one name, which is Roberto Carlos.
Roberto Carlos.
Yes, once you hear left back, I think that is what comes in heart before you remember people like Marcelo, people like Ashley Cole, people like Jordi Alba, and the likes of them. So
Roberto Carlos was not the serial winner.
Yeah, he was. Roberto Carlos won the World Cup. He won the World Cup. Yes,
okay,
he won the World Cup with that Brazil super team. He won the World Cup, and he scored crazy goals in those competitions. If you remember one iconic free kick that called this way, so he had iconic moment, and also in the club side, he played for arguably the greatest team in football history, Madrid.
Yeah.
In the one of the greatest team in football history too, the first Galacticos. So he was there, he made impact, his goal scoring ability, his dead ball ability, his speed, his tackles, and I think is an icon when you talk about left. If you compare him to other left back, he's a more complete package. For example, now Marcelo can't defend, he can only attack. Jordi Alba too cannot defend. Let's be honest, he can only attack. As a Barca fan, I can say that. But Roberto Carlos is complete package. So I give it to him as best left back of football history.
Okay. So I've talked about left back
and keeper.
and keeper. Now, right back. Best
Okay,
right back.
my right back may be a bit controversial. It's somebody people don't like to talk about, maybe because of the scandals that were involved later in his career. But my best left back in football history is Dani Alves. Yes, Dani Alves.
Dani Alves.
Yes, that is my best left back in football history. Now, reason is that Dani Alves won both with the country, won 2 Copa America with Brazil. He did not win the World Cup. He was not part of the World Cup team, but he won 2 Copa America with Brazil, which is a very good one due to the competition there with Argentina, with Uruguay, and with Colombia. So he's still Chile again. Chile was very strong today. So he won 2 Copa America in that era. And also in the club side, he is the second player in football history with most trophy won. Dani Alves is only behind Messi. Messi has 46. He has 43. So he's second most decorated player in history. I think that usually go unnoticed, and it pains me that somebody who held that record for many years, nobody like praise him, but now that Messi has the record, everybody see it as a really big deal. And also, if you watch him play, I think we cannot deny the fact that Dani Alves is the most enjoyable right back to watch. The way he League Cups play, 1-2, those tiki-taka era, he was just a menace. And he is a complete package. Unlike people like Arnold, the rest of them, he can defend. Despite his small size, he can defend. He can also attack. He can score. He can take free kick. He's just complete. For me, if you look at his tally too, compared to Cafu, he has more goals, he has more assists, he has more matches played, more matches won, and more everything than Cafu. The only thing Cafu has over him is the World Cup.
Okay. So what about centre back?
Okay, my 2 centre backs.
Okay.
One, Ramos, and the second one, Frank Beckenbauer. Okay, the reason why I'm picking Frank Beckenbauer is beyond reasonable doubt. I think he's the GOAT of defense. He won 2 Ballon d'Or as a defender.
2 Ballon d'Or.
Yes, that cannot. I don't think that will be done again in football history.
Somebody almost did it.
Cannavaro won 1, so nobody has ever won 2. So he won 2 Ballon d'Or as a that is just too crazy. Maldini, everybody does not even have a Ballon d'Or. So he won 2 Ballon d'Or as a defender. For his country, he won a lot. He's an icon in the German league. He's an icon in the German national team. And they regard him and Gerd Müller as the greatest German ever to play football. So that is that. And also in the club side, he won everything that he needs to be won. And Sergio Ramos, I don't think this would be an argument that Ramos is the greatest defender in this century. Even as a backup fan,
nobody.
Yeah, nobody touches that. Oh my!
The only person that almost come close was Van Dijk.
Yeah, Van Dijk also is up there.
But he almost won that
Ballon d'Or. So I think Ramos is too underrated. Because if Van Dijk can make the Ballon d'Or top 3, I think Ramos should have won the Ballon d'Or. Especially that year, he single-handedly knocked out Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, and Madrid won. I think he was the best player in that team. And also the 2010 World Cup. I think his contribution to that 2010 World Cup was really overlooked. He had the most dribbles as a defender. He gave forward passes, assists. You understand me? So I think most of the time Ramos gets overlooked, and the only thing people talk about Ramos is how reckless he is, how he collects multiple red cards. But I think he's the GOAT defender in this generation.
Okay. That's that for
the defense.
Yes. Let's go to our midfield.
Okay.
Starting with center midfield.
Okay, my 2 pair of center midfield, it's Zidane and Xavi Iniesta. Yes. Personally, growing up as a kid, my idol in the midfield was 2 people. Kaka and Iniesta. Kaka and Xavi Hernandez. Xavi Hernandez. We are all mixed up with this Xavi and Iniesta, daddy and mommy. Yes, stuff. So when you call Xavi, you call Iniesta. But Xavi Hernandez and Zidane. Those are the two best center midfield in football history. Now, people may not really argue with Zidane because everybody see how gracious he was with his national team. He won the World Cup. He also lost the World Cup due to his anger and stuff. And in the club side also, he won a lot. One thing why I said those two are the greatest is that I looked their post football career.
Post football career.
Yes, that is why I chose them to be the greatest center midfield. After football, what did Lampard achieve? Nothing. Kaka, nothing. Name them. Iniesta just retired, we don't know. Name them the great center midfield after football. It shows that
some tried now, like this person.
Like
Beckham.
Beckham did not achieve anything. Beckham only became a good businessman.
Football businessman.
Yeah. Now, if you try to compare what Beckham achieved, and Beckham also in the football world was just a marketable name. He was not an elite. Let's be honest. He was a great player. Beckham was one of my reference in football. Beckham was a great player, but Beckham was not. You can't compare Beckham to Boscos. So he was not an elite. He did not get to that level. To be honest, Beckham did not get to that level. So person like Zidane, after retiring, he became a coach and won 3 peats Champions League. He showed that I can not only play football, I can transport that football to people, and people, you understand what I'm trying to say? He did it. Xavi, when he retired, even at a young age, he brought back a dead Barcelona team. And he started a new era at Barcelona team. He gave the world of football arguably the greatest talent in football history in Lamine Yamal, in Kubasi. So he showed the football world that this game, I not only sabi this game, I sabi how to put am for people head. You know, it is different from you to be a great learner and for you to be a great teacher. So those two showed that they knew the football in total. They sabi, and also looking at their career. Zidane won the Ballon d'Or. Xavi is the midfielder with the highest Ballon d'Or points in football history. It shows a lot. He finished Ballon d'Or third 3 times. Nobody has ever had that consistency in football history. Go and check it. No midfielder has ever had that consistency in football history. He had the greatest season of any center midfield in football history. He has the second highest assist provider in finals in football history. Him and Messi has the second highest assists in finals in football history. Pelé is number 1. Xavi is 2, tied with Messi now. So you imagine, he's a big game player. So that is enough reason. And again, he did something that someone like Henry always say. Xavi made us understand that doing the simplest thing is the hardest job in football.
Doing the
Simplest thing is the hardest job in football. How? We are all used to midfielders like Kaka, who can dribble, who can Iniesta, who can dribble, turn. But Xavi does not do all that. Xavi plays one touch pass. Bah, 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 bah. Try it. You will see how many times you will lose the ball. Now go and check Xavi career. Compare how many times he lost the ball playing that stuff. He never loses the ball and he never owns the ball. So imagine somebody who always plays the ball and he does not lose the ball. So he make that simple, just one touch pass. He make it the hardest job in football and nobody can replicate it. You will lose the ball if you try it.
Okay.
So my third midfielder, which is the attacking midfielder, was the one who changed football. And if we start rating GOATs, I think he's one of the GOATs in football. I think if we move out of sports, out of football, we see some other sports have different kind of GOATs. So if we are looking at the psychological part of football, I think Johan Cruyff is the greatest footballer in football history. If you look at the psychology, the philosophy, that is the word I'm looking for, the philosophy behind football, I think Johan Cruyff should be the greatest footballer in football history. Because Not only he was a great footballer, he won the Ballon d'Or. Not only that, Johan Cruyff changed football. The reason why we are enjoying modern football today is because of Johan Cruyff. He brought modern football. He brought tiki-taka. He brought inverted wingers. He brought a lot of philosophy to football that we are all enjoying today. So Johan Cruyff is the face of football. Let's be honest. It is not Messi. It is not Ronaldo. It is not even Pelé. It is not Maradona. Johan Cruyff is the face of modern. It's a controversial take, but it is what professionals has also agreed with, that Johan Cruyff is the face of modern football. The way Pelé and Maradona were the face of the olden football, Johan Cruyff changed football and is still celebrated today as a football icon. So those are my three midfielders: Zidane, Xavi, and Cruyff.
Okay. Okay. Let's go to forward now.
Okay.
Forward. Left. Let's start with left winger.
Left winger, I don't think anybody should argue with this when I say Cristiano dos Santos, Ronaldo, CR7. Even if he later played as a striker, but he started his career as a winger. He's the greatest player to ever come through the left wing. Because some people will tell you he's a striker and he's a striker, but he's the greatest player that ever played through the left wing. I think I don't need to explain that he won 5 Ballon d'Or. He won 5 Champions League. He had over 900 goals. He's almost reaching
1,000.
Oh my God! I think people don't respect. Ronaldo is one of the people don't respect enough. Yes, as a Barcelona fan, I respect Ronaldo. When I score, I do the seal. He's so iconic. Now he has the greatest goal celebration in football history. So it is undeniable. Let's be honest. At age 40, Ronaldo is still scoring in final. He's still beating he's still beating the new generation in a final. So it just shows you how competitive he is. He's 40 years old and he's looking like he's 25. His physique, perfect. I think if in another world, Ronaldo will be the greatest footballer in football history.
He's just a complete player.
Yeah, he is.
That's the word.
He is. So right wing. Right wing. All hail the king. We have Lionel Andre Messi, who is the greatest footballer in football history. Is the GOAT. That one, if you argue that you don't know football, Lionel Messi is the greatest footballer ever, the greatest person to ever touch the ball.
Because he won 8 Ballon d'Or.
Because he won everything. Lionel Messi won not just 8 Ballon d'Or. Messi won everything. Now, if you talk about Ronaldo, there are things he did not win. Someone like Cruyff, there are things he did. Cruyff did not also win the World Cup. He failed to win the World Cup 2 times with the Netherlands. When the Netherlands were top. You remember those Cubans, those their time, top.
Yeah.
He failed. But Messi carried an Argentina team that nobody knows. Those players, who is Macalista, Montiel, you understand? Romero, all those guys now, even this Martinez, all these guys, Alvarez, Enzo, Lodigo Paul, all these guys are mid players. I'm sorry to use that word. Acuna. They are mid. You laugh now.
Yeah.
They are mid players. But Messi carried this. If people want to talk about the World Cup, they talk about his penalties. Somebody did a video. He removed all his penalties. Bro, Messi is a menace. Only his display against Croatia is enough to win the Ballon d'Or. He destroyed Croatia. He destroyed Australia. He destroyed France. So he's the greatest footballer. He's a winger that has over 800 goals, almost 400 assists.
Yeah.
The most goal contribution in football history. The most trophy won, the most individual award won, the only footballer with the Lawrence Sportsman Award. Multiple Guinness World Record, highest goal in the calendar year. It's just like highest assist in the calendar year. It's just too much. You can keep naming Messi's achievements. And if you just know that he's a 5'7" man, you'll be surprised. So I think that deserves no much ado. Messi is the GOAT.
Okay. So let's go to
The striker. Pelé.
Pelé.
Yes, Pelé. To me, I think Pelé is the greatest striker.
He has a lot of goals. Yeah.
Pelé is the greatest striker ever. Judging with his height was not a barrier for him. He was so good with both feet. When football was not this popular, Pelé was popular than football. Many people knew football because of who Pelé was. And the fact that, I don't want to be racial, but the fact that he's a black man and he could still make that much impact as at that time as a footballer gives him that credit as one of the greatest. I think if you are having a man Rushmore of footballer, mine would be Messi, Pelé, Maradona, and Johan Cruyff. So, and in my World 11, I did not include Maradona, but it's my honorable mention. Maradona is my honorable mention. So Pelé completes my world best 11.